Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode on channel Trevor-The-Timmy. I am Trevor, most definitely a Timmy, and today we'll be looking at Spiral Remastered, specifically the blue cards that have been time-shifted back to the old borders. So we'll jump right into those. If you like what you've been seeing so far, definitely consider liking and subscribing. It would be much appreciated. So the first card we've got today is Repeal. Definitely can be played occasionally in Modern. I think it looks pretty nice in the old border. Mostly I've seen it in Modern Storm, so you'd probably be picking one up there. It could also be EDH playable, just being a cheap way to return various cards to hand. I believe there's that combo deck in Modern that plays it as well. It's trying to play 4 cards in a turn, so there might be some fringe play there. Overall, a pretty good looking card. Next, we're going to Ponder. I think this is a favorite of most people that they're able to get the old border for Legacy. Obviously just a huge Legacy staple, so that's going to be the main place for this one. Looks gorgeous in the old border. It really fits into that environment too, being just a Legacy super staple. I assume the foils of these will be worth a huge amount, but it looks gorgeous. Definitely would consider picking them up. Moving on, we'll go to our Brawl Chief of Compliance. Again, this is definitely a Modern Storm staple, so I assume there'll be a lot of play for this. A lot of people wanting to pick those up to look nice in their Modern Storm decks. Outside of that, I don't believe it has a huge amount of play. You won't make a lot of friends in EDH if this is your commander, but you can always play it. So moving on to our Merfolk friend, Master of the Pearl Trident. This is both Modern and Modern Merfolk and Legacy Merfolk. The nice thing is you can have all 8 of your Merfolk Lords matching now, so both the previous Lord of Atlantis and the Master of the Pearl Trident can have that same frame, which is pretty cool for anyone playing that deck. It's kind of a fringe player in both formats, but I could see people wanting to pick these up to look nice. We've got Fiddle Fit the Loss. I don't believe this is played in almost any format, maybe occasionally in EDH, but I know it is a favorite character of many, and getting it in the old borders is a nice, different, alternate treatment for him. So if you're looking for that, if you for some reason are playing that as your commander or just playing it in your deck, definitely a nice bonus. Back to another Modern Storm staple, Remand. So if you're trying to make your Modern Storm deck look nice, picking both this and Brawl up will be a nice addition to the decks. And it's also played in various other decks, anything of the Splinter Twin style, where you're trying to be tempo combo type deck. So this will be one of the more popular ones, I would believe. Now back to a Legacy staple, the true name Nemesis, originally from the Commander products. Looks just beautiful again in the old border. Going to be a big deal for Legacy. I believe that the Legacy players want to pick up these more than almost any other format because they can match a lot of the older cards and give it that old Magic feel, which has been missing. So I'm sure a lot of players will be very excited to pick this one up. Laboratory Maniac. This is, again, mostly an EDH card. It has been surpassed a little bit by some of the more recent cards with the same type of effect, whether that's Jace or Thassa's Oracle, but still a very good card. If you're trying to win an alternate way in EDH, playing all 3 of those is pretty likely, and it looks pretty nice. You get Trinket Mage. Again, this is going to be something that's definitely an EDH staple. I love playing it to get to find your soul rings, so that's just a huge deal. And if you're trying to make your EDH deck more uniform, having these in there's a pretty nice option, and it definitely fits with the art style on the card. Paradoxical Outcome. This is actually a vintage card as far as I know, so it definitely will fit right in with the oldest cards in the game, in the new border. Occasionally I've seen it in some kind of interesting combo decks in Modern and other formats. Could be fringe playable as well in EDH if you're trying to play a lot of ETB artifacts or anything else that ETBs that you can return and then cheaply play just to draw a lot of cards. So it looks pretty nice. Ninja of the Deep Hours. So we've got Ninja here. Used to be a Modern card. Isn't really anymore. I suppose you can play an EDH as a Ninja in the couple Ninja theme decks. But outside of that, not a lot of play. It does look pretty nice, though. We've got Tolerand Sky Summoner. So he is most likely going to be played in your spells matter EDH deck, potentially as a commander, just to make a lot of Drakes and be a win condition. It looks nice in the old border. Definitely like that. But again, this is really just an EDH card. Don't expect it to pop up in any other format, but nice if you're looking for a way to personalize your general. Yeah, Mole Drifter, back to just being EDH, super staples. Basically, any blue deck wants to play this. It looks really nice in the old border, like a lot of the cards do. I think this will be one of the more popular ones, especially long term. I expect the foils for this to be pretty pricey. Mystic Confluence. So again, just really an EDH card. There's no other formats it's legal in that it's really played in. I suppose you could also play it in Cube. Looks nice in the old border. This one's not necessarily my favorite of all the ones we've got, but it does look pretty nice. And finally, we've got Treasure Cruise. This one fits in just extremely well. It's one of those busted magic cards when you're drawing 3 for 1. It feels right, like it's something out of the Power 9 or of that era. So to have it in this frame just looks outstanding. At this point, it's basically an EDH card, but extremely good in EDH as well. You can just pitch a lot of cards you don't need in your graveyard to draw 3 cards for 1. So this is probably of the blue cards the one I'm most excited about. This and Ponder would both be up there. They really fit into kind of just that era and are really just outstanding cards. So thank you again for everyone watching. Check out the other videos. We'll go through all of the time-shifted cards just to get them on video, get to see what they are, where they could be played. And if you like the video, consider liking and subscribing. Would very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.